Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. This is Flosstube number 9 and my name is Casey. If you're new, welcome, and if you're returning, thanks for coming back. Today is November 30th and I'm going to do my November update of my progress. I worked on a handful of different projects this past month and I've started a couple, restarted one. So we'll just get started into showing you guys those. The first one I'm going to show you is called Bella Filipina, or it's called Bellatrix from Bella Filipina, and I have a cover photo. I'm not sure if I have a before photo for this, but if I do, I'll insert it on the screen. And this is where I am. I don't remember the fabric name, but if you want to know, just let me know in the comments and I'll put it in the comments. But I finally reached the lady, at least her hand and her arm. This is my first time ever stitching like a person, but I really like it so far. It's gonna be really pretty once I get the cryonic and the beads in, but that's gonna be towards the end. And stitching this arm was kind of difficult, at least on the hand. It was hard to read the stitches on the chart. Like there was a bunch of little half stitches. Some of them looked smaller than a half stitch. But once I got the back stitch in, I think it turned out okay. And the blank spots, I think, is just where beads are gonna go. But I haven't even bought beads. The only cryonic I have so far is the black one, because that's all that was in stock when I went looking for some. But I'll worry about that when it gets closer. The next pattern I'm going to show you is called Snow Much in Love, and it's a mini from Heaven and Earth Designs. The artist is Donna Gelsinger, and I got 2,300 stitches done this month. And it is now at 5.57%. I'll show the cover photo on the screen as well as where it was last time. And this is what it looks like now. I'm sorry that it's see-through. This is 18 count black Ada. I stitched a lot of full coverage on 18 count, but you'll see as I started more, I've started on smaller ones. The next pattern I have gotten a lot of progress on. It is called Cirque de Coeur. I'm not sure if I say that correctly, but it's from Ink Circles. And I got 2,385 stitches done. It went from 17% to 30%. And this is where it is now. So I got all the way down on this side, and I also got all the way over. I just haven't filled it in out all the way over here, but that's how big it's gonna be. And it's really pretty. X-Stitch MD is the person I saw who completed this. I think she wants to also do the other ones. There's like a triangle one and a circle one. This one is hearts. And I also want to in a different color each time. But I'm trying to finish this before I start the other ones, which is not always easy. The next one is called Merry and Bright, and last video this was a new start. It's from Heaven and Earth Designs by Donna Gelsinger. I got 1,076 stitches done, and it went from 0.54 to 0.78%. So this one is very slow progress because of how big it is. Actually I know what fabric it's on because I have it right here. This one was on 28 count 1/1. So it's really small, but whatever. It makes me not want to work on it as much, but I know I'm gonna get this done someday, so. And it's just really slow, like the photo doesn't come together very quickly because of all the confetti. But this is a wreath, and it literally is like this big, so it's a while before I can even get to the Christmas tree, but oh well. The next pattern I worked on is called Joshua Tree, and it's from Awesome Pattern Studio on Etsy. I haven't shown this one in a while, but I finally worked on it again. I just was getting there just to be able to finish something, and these are smaller, so it'll finish faster than the rest of them. But I completed 1,800 stitches, and it went from 7% to 15%. This is where it is now. If you don't know Joshua Tree, it's a national park in Southern California. It's only about an hour away from me, where I live. And I picked this pattern just for sentimental reasons. We went camping there with our friends one time. So yeah, it's just one of the national parks I've been to. That's why I wanted to stitch it. The next pattern had very little done on it, but I haven't shown it in a while either. So I thought it would. I only did 95 stitches on it, but the pattern is called Haunted House, and it's by Stitching Jewels on Etsy. It's a monochromatic, so it's all one color, and it's not full coverage. I did one of her monochromatic pieces before and finished it. It was the squirrel pattern, if you've been around for a while. And yeah, I like to do monochromatic. I mean, the heart one I just showed you is also monochromatic, but these ones are a little bit different because it's like shading and stuff. So before it said the pumpkin, and now I'm working on a sign that says believe. I think that's what it says. Or beware. It says beware, I'm pretty sure, not believe. The fabric is really stiff still, and I haven't done anything to the edges. I'm kind of just waiting until I need to for that one. The next one I worked on, very little progress, but I'll still show you. It's called Epic Pokemon, and I did 76 stitches. This one is going to be for my fiance whenever it's completed. I'm not in a huge rush because the last big full coverage one I completed was for him. So I want to finish one for me next. So I've been doing a challenge where I try to name them all, but I haven't been practicing and I haven't completed a new one in a while. I've just been working on these snails, which I don't know their names. But we can name the other one since I don't think I named them the last time. I believe it's Zapdos, Moltres, Flareon. I could be wrong on those two. Porygon, Pinsir, and I think Dragonair. And I need to learn these two names for next time. Hopefully those are correct. It's easy because there's only like 5 right now, but when it's bigger and finished, it's going to be a lot. The next one I worked on is called San Francisco by Leonid Afremov. I think I got it off artisty.com. I believe that's the website. I didn't double check, but it's another full coverage website that's not Heaven and Earth Designs. And I got 169 stitches, so still not a lot. I tend to just stitch on what I feel like, and if I start it and then don't want to anymore, I just stop. So that's what happened with this one and the last 2. Yep. I'll just compare photos. Like this is one. I tape my edges. The blue tape doesn't work as good. I need to stop using it. And I don't iron until it's actually done, so that's why there's so many wrinkles. So the next one is called Believe by Sue Miller from Heaven and Earth Design. I did 276 stitches, and yeah, it's still at 3%. This is where it is. I decided to work over to the Santa, so I can just go back and forth between the Santa and the background. So, but then it's a lot of white on white, which is not fun. So I think recently I was trying to stitch some blue areas over here. And then I had 2 new starts. The first one is called Yosemite, also from Awesome Pattern Studio on Etsy. I bought this the same time as I bought the Joshua Tree one, but I barely started this one. And yeah, my fiance and I, our first vacation together was to Yosemite National Park, and that's what this one is. It's not like the most realistic version of Yosemite, but it's fine. It has a little waterfall in the pattern. Yosemite is known for waterfalls, so at least I know that it's for Yosemite. And if people ask, I'll tell them that. But on that one I did almost 1,500 stitches, and it's at 6.6%. The next new start is called Mount Cabin Home by Dominic Davison on Haid. I did 4,400 stitches. So this has been the main one I worked on this past month. It's at 1.58%. This is where I am. Yeah. Is that the correct way? Yep. So there's antlers hanging on the wall, and that's what this is right here. So these next few pages across the top are just a lot of wood. But I was thinking of maybe doing something where I saw from somebody else and I can't remember their name. But they do page by page. I'm trying to do that. I usually just go wherever I want. But I've always wanted to do extreme cross country, but I know I don't want to do it for a full pattern because that would be boring for me at least. So I want to try. I go back and forth between finishing the color this way and filling in areas. So yeah. Oh, I didn't finish what I was saying, but once I finish this page, there'll be one page and one page I can work on without having to go like that way. So I may randomize which one I do, and yeah. I know this next page is like just a bunch of brown and stuff like that, but that could make it go by faster. Oh wait, let me tell you something more. So on the same piece of fabric, here is the Mount Cabin, but over here is a different one that I had. So this pattern is pretty much gonna go almost to here, a little bit past, so I have to take out some of it. I'll probably take out at least this much over, so I can, yeah, whatever. But this used to be evening by Heaven and Earth Designs. I'll insert a photo. This was my second time restarting it. This is on 18 count fabric, but I was like, it's gonna be so big. Like, I don't really want this photo to be that big on my wall. I'd much rather have something like the Mount Cabin, if it's gonna be huge, to be something like that on my wall. I plan to put all my patterns on my wall, just have like a cross stitch wall, so it doesn't really need a theme besides cross stitch. But with how big this was gonna be, I just wasn't feeling like I wanted the evening photo to be that big. So I gave this fabric to a different one. And then the last one I'm going to show you is a restart, and it's Evening by Leonid Afromov on Haid. This is my third time, and I think final time restarting it. I did 1,200 stitches, at 0.5%. This, let me see. It is on 22 count, I'm doing 2 over 2. So the first time I had this, it was on like a 25 count or something, 2 over 2, and it was way too bulky. So this is like borderline bulky, but it's not bothering me because I want full coverage. I don't like 1 over 1. And I personally don't want to do tent stitch, so that's 2/2 is what it's going to be. And I have very low patience waiting for fabric, so I like to I tend to just get what the stores have, like Michael's or Hobby Lobby, and 22 count is what they had for the big enough size. So let me show you. This is where it is. Also, last time I started on the bottom and I really wasn't enjoying that. So I started on where I usually start, which is top left. There's a little bit of color. I can't wait till I get to the colorful parts. And that's all of the stuff I have to show you for whips. I have one other thing to show you, and it is a previous finish from many years ago. I have it back in my own hands now. And it is one I had shown you guys in my previous finishes video. It's one I gave to my brother when he was little. And this is what it is. I can let you know what this pattern is called if you want, so just let me know in the comments. A pattern book that I've had ever since I started. A lot of the patterns I did when I first started cross stitching were from that book, so sometimes I feel like I want to do another one from that book, but that means it's a paper pattern and it's on a pattern paper, so I don't know if I actually will. But the reason I have this back is because first, I think they dropped the frame it was in and it broke the glass, so he just had this pinned on his wall for a while. And then he's also 13 now. He's planning to redo his room in a teenage style, so I said, what if I take that back and I'll wash it, because I never washed it before, and I'll frame it hopefully better than I did the first time, and keep it for myself, for my future kids. So that's why I have it. My other brother has some from me, but one of them I know is not really kiddish, it's just a dragon, so maybe he'll keep it or I'll take it for myself. Yeah. So whenever I get that framed, I'll show it to you guys again. And that's all for patterns. Within this last month, I also started a cross stitch journal, and it's like a bullet journal style. It's not one I bought. That's pre-made. And all I have in it so far is just listing my patterns and the days I started them, averaged, because a lot of them I only know the month, I don't know the exact date, so I just put the month for those. And then as soon as I started to know the dates, specifically, I put the specific date. None of them haven't finished yet. But when I do finish them, I'll write the finish date. But I want to do more in this journal, but I haven't decided or thought of any ideas of what I want to do. I like to track my progress on patterns. I'm thinking, I don't know. I know I'm waiting until the new year, so I can just be starting from the new year to track the progress. But I'm not sure if it's gonna like restart every year, the charts of me tracking it, or if I'll just do one pattern and leave like 3 blank pages. So that's hopefully enough until I finish it. So then I can just see it all in one spot from like 3 years of progress. But I'm not sure if you guys have any ideas of what you guys do with cross stitch journals for tracking and stuff. I'm open to any suggestions. So yeah. Also, I have written down, if I know it, the fabric and the count, because I know a lot of people usually want to know those questions, so now I have it. So that's going to be it for this video. I'm planning to do a whip parade towards the middle to end of December, and also include any goals I come up with for 2022. I know when I started this channel, it was like 10 months ago, and that's when I first discovered Hade. I just rewatched that video. I had like 7 patterns works in progress, and now I have like 22 or something, and I know that's going to keep going up, but I also know I'll finish these someday. The more I buy, the longer it's going to take to finish them, but it's fine. That's it. I hope you enjoyed this video and seeing what I've been working on. I look forward to making my whip parade because I really enjoy watching them. So I look forward to making it, and I will see you guys then. Bye.